All right, let's dive into one of the most high-stakes games on the entire planet, oil trading. Now, this isn't just about buying low and selling high. We're talking about a world of just insane complexity, where fortunes can be made or, completely wiped out in the blink of an eye. And right now, there's a new player entering the game, an AI co-pilot that's designed to navigate the storm.
This one line really says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the incredible pressure traders are under every single day. An arbitrage window, if you don't know, is this tiny fleeting opportunity to make a profit from price differences between markets. Think buying crude oil in one part of the world and selling it in another. The thing is, these windows can slam shut in a matter of hours. And missing one? That's not just a missed opportunity. It could literally mean millions of dollars in value just gone.
And trust me, the pressure isn't just coming from the clock. Traders are juggling a mind-boggling number of variables at once. You've got cracks and spreads, that's the price gap between crude oil and the stuff we make from it, like gasoline, and those are shifting constantly. Then you throw in global shipping delays, a sudden lack of storage space, a hurricane popping up out of nowhere, and you have a system so ridiculously complex that making the right call feels almost impossible.
So, let's really get into this first part. At its heart, modern oil and gas trading has become this massive, high-speed optimization puzzle. Every single decision, which cargo to buy, where on earth to send it, exactly when to sell, it all has these huge financial ripple effects. The name of the game is navigating all this crazy volatility better and faster than everybody else.
So you gotta wonder, how have traders been dealing with this chaos up until now? Well, for the most part, it's been a mix of manual spreadsheets, a bunch of different disconnected systems, and a whole lot of gut instinct. But in today's market, that's like trying to navigate a hurricane with a soggy paper map. It's just too slow, it's too reactive, and frankly, it's way too open to human error. The old way is officially broken.
What I love about this is how it lays out the before and after. It's just so clear. We are making a huge leap from this fragmented, reactive world of looking at what already happened to a new reality of continuous optimization and actually predicting what's going to happen. And instead of just relying on one person's gut feeling, the new way is about systems that are always learning and can actually explain why they're making a recommendation. It's a complete game changer.
And that brings us to the solution, a brand new digital co-pilot for traders. And look, these are not just fancier spreadsheets. We're talking about something called autonomous optimization models, or AOMs. The whole idea is for them to sit right alongside a human trader and help them find the absolute best path through all that mind-bending complexity.
So, what the heck is an AOM, really? Well, think of it like a superpowered brain that's plugged directly into the market. It's constantly drinking in this fire hose of live data: prices, shipping info, weather, how much space is left in a storage tank, and it analyzes every single possible move to recommend the one most profitable decision you can make right now. The keywords here are continuously and real-time. This thing never, ever sleeps.
So here's the breakdown of how it actually works, in 4 pretty simple steps. First, it pulls in all that live data we just talked about. Second, it runs thousands of different simulations to see what might happen with every choice. Third, based on all those simulations, it points to the single best action to take. And fourth, and this part is absolutely crucial, it learns. Every new data point, every little shift in the market, it all makes the model smarter for the very next decision. Okay, so let's see how this actually plays out in the real world. Because this isn't about some single magic black box that solves everything. It's more like a whole suite of tools, from ready-made models you can get up and running pretty fast to some seriously tailored solutions built for very specific, very tricky trading challenges. This gives you a great idea of the different kinds of copilots you can have. For example, there's an agentic forecaster, which is built to sniff out those arbitrage windows we mentioned earlier, or an allocation maximizer that's constantly figuring out the most profitable home for a cargo. There's even one called the dynamic lead time injector, which basically figures out the real arrival time for a ship, not just the optimistic guess. Each one is a specialist, designed to solve one piece of the giant puzzle. Which, of course, brings us to the billion-dollar question. With all of these things moving and changing at once, how do you solve the biggest problem of all? Finding that one perfect, most profitable destination for a specific shipload of oil right now, before that window of opportunity just vanishes.
For that problem, you need a specialist. So meet the Multi-Market Arbitrage Window Optimizer, or for short, MAWO. This AOM is designed to do one thing and do it better than anyone on Earth: hunt down and capture those incredibly valuable but fleeting arbitrage opportunities.
And just look at the kind of stuff it has to juggle, all at the same time. MAWO is constantly calculating the real profit after you subtract shipping costs. It's checking for available storage space, that's called ullage, at every possible destination. It's analyzing future price trends. It's factoring in everything from ship delays to political sanctions and bad weather. I mean, this is a level of analysis that no human, or even a team of humans, could ever dream of doing in real time. It's just not possible.
So, look, this all sounds really cool in theory, right? But does it actually work? Well, the answer seems to be a huge yes, and the impact is pretty staggering. We are talking about real, measurable improvements that you can see in the hard numbers.
So let's start with something basic, logistics. Just by using an AOM to predict when a ship will actually arrive, companies are seeing a 20 to 30% boost in their ETA accuracy. Now, that might not sound super exciting, but getting this right is the bedrock of the entire supply chain. It's what stops all the other dominoes from falling over.
And when you get that accuracy right, you get this incredible number, a 40 to 60% drop in congestion at ports and terminals. What that means is fewer ships just sitting around offshore, burning fuel and burning money. It means the whole operation just gets smoother and way, way more efficient.
And that, of course, leads directly to the bottom line. This shows a 20 to 35% reduction in something called demurrage risk. Demurrage is basically a massive fine you have to pay when your ship gets delayed at a port. These fees can be tens of thousands of dollars a day. So, cutting them by a third, that is a huge financial win.
And here it is. This is the big one, the ultimate competitive advantage. By using these models, traders are getting 30 to 50% more lead time on arbitrage signals. Let me say that again. They are seeing the profitable opportunities open up way before their competitors do. That means they can act first, they can act with more confidence, and they can capture value that everyone else on the market is going to miss completely. So when you put all of this together, it becomes pretty clear that these AOMs aren't just another tool you add to your belt. No, this represents a whole new operating system for trading. It's a fundamental change, moving from a reactive, manual process to one that's proactive, predictive, and truly optimized.
And I think this quote from the source material just sums it up perfectly. The tools we've been talking about today, they're really just the beginning. They're the foundation. And on top of that foundation, trading companies can start building a whole suite of their own custom AI copilots, each one designed to solve their own unique problems and unlock even more value.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. We've been focused on oil trading, but this whole idea of an AI copilot, it's universal. As pretty much every industry gets more complex, more data-driven, the question isn't really if these kinds of tools will be necessary, but where they're going to have the biggest impact first. So it makes you wonder, what are the critical decisions in your world that are just waiting to be optimized?